Dear friends, today we'll be discussing India needs a grid revolution. The focus must now shift from the already existing spectacle of capacity building or capacity addition to the invisible architecture of grid management. To be precise, let me delineate the article for you in some 4 points. As you know, at the very outset, India's renewable energy capacity in the recent years has just exploded. Non-fossil fuel energy capacity has crossed 50% in July 2025, with 297 GW already having been installed and another 138 GW under construction. But the focus must now shift from building capacity to managing grid that delivers it. Now, what are the four key reforms that are needed? Redesigning of power procurement, then reform transmission and institutions that are involved in it, then fixed contracts and tariffs, and then fourth is digitalize and modernize the grid. Now, what redesign power procurement is all about? At the moment, India buys renewable power mostly through least cost auctions. Whoever offers the cheapest price per unit wins the contract. That is how the bidding all across through all the sectorals uh, arrangements does bidding happen. So the problem is it only rewards those who provide cheap capacity, not useful capacity. Now, for example, a solar farm that generates power reliably and can be paired with storage is more valuable to the grid than a slightly cheaper solar farm that dumps all its power at noon and nothing else. That means that there has to be an effective blend of renewable energy addition as well as the storage of it. But today's bidding at the moment can't tell them apart. It just picks the lowest price. Now, what is the fix that has been suggested by the article? We have to design tenders, contracts that reward flexibility and doesn't lock bids into rigid categories like only solar or only wind plus storage. Let utilities design contracts based on technology mix that's involved. Yes. And then the second part that has been suggested, reform transmission and institutions. As per the article, ad verbatim, reconductor existing lines, build new transmission, and rethink market design so that power flows freely across state or utility boundaries via short term and bilateral trading markets. So, how should the explanation for this go? Electricity does not care about political or company boundaries, it just flows along wires physically according to the grid conditions that are prevalent. But India's power markets are still organized around old boundaries. States, distribution companies, that's discoms, individual utility contracts, which do not match how electrons actually move. So, one state solar farm might have to shut down because its local grid is congested, even while a neighboring state desperately needs that power. Long, rigid transmission lines and outdated bilateral contracts make it hard to reroute power quickly to where it's needed. Yes. So, what is the suggestion that has been given by the article? We have to upgrade or expand transmission lines so that power can move further and faster without caring for political or, for that matter, any kind of geographical boundary. We have to also build short term flexible trading markets so that power can be bought and sold in real time across state lines based on actual need, not locked into long 25-year contracts with one buyer. The third point, that's fixed contracts and tariffs. We have to move to grid forming, flexible fleet contracts, mandate battery storage co-location, that is, they have to be kept in the same place, enable real-time pricing so that consumption responds to actual supply conditions and they are not fixed by post-sunset patterns. Then digitalize and modernize the grid. There is an urgent need and it's already been incorporated in the existing and real-time grid management, deployment of smart meters everywhere, uh, internet of things based monitoring, and AI predictive tools for real-time visibility in consumer level assets, rooftop solar, EV storage, etc., most of which remain invisible to grid operators today. So, the bottom line, how we should conclude it, capacity addition was the visible achievement of the last decade. Grid modernization, invisible but essential, is the next and more difficult chapter in that sense. Without it, curtailment, inefficiency, and stalled renewable energy integration will undermine the gains that have already been made. Thank you.